Okay, so when we are looking at music and we're looking at scales, there are essentially, there's two ways to approach them. There's a major and a minor. So our major scale has kind of our major scale and our major chords have a kind of a more upbeat kind of sound or feel to them. So our major chord for E, for instance, would be, okay, I'm up. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Nice. But if I'm going minor, it's more of our darker, kind of more brooding sounds. And that's because we will ultimately flatten a note in the scale. And we'll talk about that here in a moment. But so here's our E major versus our E minor. E major, E minor, E major. You kind of hear that little change. It's subtle, but that one note, that note right there, really makes a difference. And it changes the whole vibe and the whole feel of how the song is being put together. Now, each chord, there is a major version and a minor version, just like there is a major version of every scale. There's a minor version of every scale. So we will start first with our major scale, and known as a sixth root major scale, meaning that we'll be starting on the sixth string, not the fifth root or fourth root. Again, that's all meaning which string in which we are starting on. So, on which we are starting. So I'm going to show you the major scale in two different fashions, and they are the same notes, but they get you to different places on the neck. Now that's important because as you are playing songs and you want to, for instance, put a little lick or a solo over a particular part of or over a particular chord that is being played by somebody else, you can get to different notes while still staying within the within the framework of the kind of the rules of music. The rules of music are essentially non-existent, and that's what's so great about music. But there are things that work sonically much better together than things that don't work sonically together. That will come to your ear, and that's really the only way I can describe that to you. So let's start with the sixth root major scale. We'll keep that in a small box again with our fingers being 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, in this case, I'm going to start on the G note, which is the third string or third box, third fret of the sixth. Sorry, it's a tough one. Sixth string. So our G is here. I will start with my middle finger or my 2, and I will go 2 to 4. Now, each one of these will be, again, represented, or each one of my fingers will be representing one fret. So just as we did with our exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to use our same 4 fingers in this box kind of format. So we will start with a downstroke, and we will go with a G to A. So a whole step, G, A. So it's a 2, 4. So our pattern is going to be 2, 4. And then 1, 2, 4. And what that does is that brings us G, A, B, C, D. So again, we're incorporating that half step, whole step thing. So we have our G to A, which is a whole step, and then our B to C, which is a half step, B to C, and then our whole step from C to D. There. So 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. So G, A, B, C, D. Now we will go to E, which will be our 1. Oops, excuse me. 1. And now in the major scale, the 7th note is a sharp note. So in this case, it will be an F sharp. So we will use our third finger, and then we will come back to our 8th note, which will be our octave, which again is G. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So that's through 3 strings now, but we have 6, so we will repeat it. So we're starting at G here. So our A, then we want to go to B, and then C. So whole step from A to B, and half step between B and C. So we go A, B, C. Now our D is going to be located right here. Third fret of the second string. So our middle finger, our 2, and then whole step up from C to D, and then we will go or I'm sorry, D to E, and then we will go to our F sharp, and we'll end again on our G. So our whole pattern, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, D, E, F sharp, G. Now, finger-wise, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2. So we will put all those together, and that is our 6th root major scale. For practice purposes, again, up and down with your picking technique, and we will go up and down with our scale. So pardon me. So we'll go up and down doing that way. As you see, sometimes you make a mistake and you just keep on moving and plugging along. Now, there's another way to play that one, and it kind of stretches out your fingers a little bit. This is one of those things that you'll develop over time, is your stretch and your reach with your fretting hand. So I'm stretching my hands out as far as I can, and when you put them together, you will see that my fretting hand actually has more reach than my picking hand. Because of all the years I've been playing, I've had to reach with my pinky for notes far longer, and so that allows me to get some of that stretchy. So good times. You'll get to have a little physical deformity as a part of being a guitar player. Okay, so we will have the same notes on our G major scale, or in any of our major scales, but the pattern's a little bit different. So this one is going to be where we're going to use the more of the upper strings, and we can move further up the neck in doing so. So we know that our notes are then going to be G, A, and as we know, there's a whole step between A and B, so we're going to use this B versus this B. So we're going to go G, A, B, C, D, E. So it's 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now we're going to slide up a half step so we can get that F sharp again. It's going to go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. You can bring it all the way back up to the 5th, and then you will come back down again. So it's those same notes, just as you see where we ended up a little bit higher up. So G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. So it gives us another 3 notes in our scale, which is usable depending on what it is that you're trying to play. So those are our major scales, 2 versions of the major scale, starting with the 6th string there. Now we will move on to what are called bar chords, B-A-R-R-E, bar chords, is French. So what that is allows our finger, or in some cases the nut of the guitar, to serve as a bar, or to keep all of the strings pushed down at the same spot for all 6 strings. So our major shape is going to be on the 6th string, is going to be, I'm going to start it on G. I think it's easier to do that. So I'm going to bar my first finger, and I'm going to squish down on the 3rd fret all the way down to the bottom string, all 6 strings. Then on the 3rd string, I will add my my middle finger, excuse me, and then to the middle box here, to the one next over, and then we will go 5th fret and 5th fret with our 3rd and 4th fingers. So we will have 4th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 3rd fret. And in doing that, this creates a G major chord. Now, when we are playing open chords, meaning that the strings are open, not barred, for instance, the E major, in theory, the nut serves as the bar of our finger, and we keep that same shape, and we have our E major. Now, it's named as the E because the first note of the chord is our E. So whatever the first note of the chord is the one that it is named after. So if we wanted to play an E major, we go there. If we want to play an F major, we will slide up to the first fret, and we will keep that same shape. F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, or back to E again. So now if we wanted to do the minor version of that, which I will get to when we do the minor chord, there will be a different shape.